Allie. I'm a working mom with 2 kids. 6 months ago, my husband had to go away for a while on business. So things were pretty hectic around the house. My husband and I used to talk on the phone all the time, but recently, not so much. I missed him. So one weekend, we all decided to meet up at my parents' house. My parents were really happy to see us, and my husband was having fun too, so I thought everything was fine. On our way home, we decided to stop by his apartment he was staying at during the weekdays. We were gonna spend the night there, but then...
Cool place, Dad!
The light is on! You left the light on?
Huh? No?
I have a bad feeling about this. When we went inside, all the lights were on, and there were a bunch of shoes in the entrance hall. My husband started to panic, but before he could do anything, I ran inside towards the living room. Ah! Who are you? Who the hell are you? It was a woman and a girl. Looks like they were waiting for my husband to come home. My husband fell to the ground. My kids just stared at them both, looking confused. I guess I had a feeling. I was upset, but I wasn't that surprised. I told my husband to wait outside with the kids. Then I confronted the woman. Her name was Caddy. But then she started crying. I didn't know what to do. So, you were cheating on your husband too? What? No, I'm single. I had no idea I had a family. What? I live with my daughter. My ex-husband, he was abusive and I got a divorce 6 months ago. That's when I met your husband. He seemed really nice. I see. You better not be lying. I'm not! I would have never done this if I knew. I'm so sorry. She hugged her daughter and started crying. Turns out she sold insurance for a living. She met my husband through work. But then my husband started hitting on her. She showed me all her work stuff. From the looks of it, she was telling the truth. She also told me that this was her first time coming here. I just felt really bad for her daughter. It was all my husband's fault. He betrayed everyone. Listen, if you're telling me the truth, I got a plan. Will you help me? Of course. I'll do anything to help. That's the least I can do. Thanks. So, we swapped contact info and I told her to go home for the night. Then I told my husband to come back inside.
Hey.
Dad took us to karaoke!
He took us to the arcade too. Good for you. So, she sells insurance for a living, huh?
Yeah.
You had an appointment with her today, right? You should have called. She told me the concierge let her inside. I told her to go home because it was late, but you're thinking about getting some medical insurance, right? That's not a bad idea. Call her tomorrow and apologize, okay? He seemed relieved.
Ha! Right! I completely forgot I had an appointment with her. Clumsy me!
I read the brochure. She seems nice. Make sure to call her tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, got it!
I knew he was cheating on me, but I acted like I was clueless. I told her to do the same. I told her to act like she didn't care that he was married. And my husband bought it. We spent the night there and went home the next morning. He gave the kids some allowance right before we left. I wanted to gather evidence first. So, I told Katie to send me all the texts and pictures. She felt really bad about all of this and wanted to make things right. So, she did everything I told her to. I wasn't even angry with her. She was a victim here too. If anything, I was grateful that she was willing to help me with the divorce. I planned everything very carefully. I worked and took care of the kids by myself. So, I knew how she felt. I wanted to make sure things worked out for her too. We became kinda close after a little while. How are things these days? Is he still with you? No. He still texts me, but I just can't see him right now. I see. We should still pretend like nothing is wrong, but I know it can be difficult. I was stupid. He knew I just went through a divorce. He knew I was vulnerable. Oh, I should have known. He was so naive. It's not your fault, Katie. And he doesn't even work that far from home. He's the one that decided to get a new apartment. Our marriage was over way before this. Screw him! You're a victim too! Let's work together and get him back! We got this! Yeah, thanks for saying that. After 2 weeks of planning, we were finally ready to strike. One day, my husband asked Katie out on a date, so she said yes. They were meeting at a nearby hotel. He got there first. He hopped in the shower and waited for Katie. But then, we both showed up at the hotel. He seemed shocked. He dropped his glass of wine and fell on his butt.
What the? What is this? You tricked me?
You betrayed both of us. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Look at this.
What? No! She came on to me! She was trying to sell me some insurance. That's why!
How dare you! You're the one that asked me out! How can you lie like that? It was right after her divorce. She was actually seeing a shrink at the time. I got the records here. And she told you to keep a diary, right? I got that too. Look.
What? You just made that up! That'll never hold up in court!
You sure about that? It's very specific. Her shrink told her to write down everything, so... it's pretty solid if you ask me. She wrote about everything. How you lied to her about being single. How you told her that you wanted to marry her. It's all there. You couldn't say anything back to me. Katie started crying. My husband was always bad at commitment. He got bored easily. I guess he got bored of us too. Anyways, Katie and I sued him for damages after that. As for me, he also had to pay me child support. Katie decided to move out of the city with her daughter to start over. I'm just glad it's all over. Time to move on with my life.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next?